Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder if you're aging the right way? Do you sometimes feel like the world is whispering that you should fade quietly into the background, that intimacy, affection, or even confidence has an expiration date? If so, I want to gently remind you today that you're not alone, and more importantly, you're doing better than you think. Welcome to the age of beauty. The space is for you, for the stories you carry, the wisdom you hold, and the love that still pulses within you, no matter your age. Let's talk about what aging gracefully really means and why you might already be living that truth without even realizing it. You see, society often paints a narrow picture of beauty and connection, one where youth equals worth, and aging is something to resist or hide. But the truth is, aging isn't something to survive. It's something to embrace, not just because of how you look, but because of how you love, how you feel, and how deeply you've lived. Now let's be honest, growing older brings changes. Some of them are visible. Others are more intimate, quiet, and private. Menopause may arrive like an uninvited guest, bringing hot flashes, mood shifts, and a changing relationship with your body. Your skin may soften, your hair may thin, and your energy might ebb and flow in ways that feel unfamiliar. For men, perhaps, there's been a shift in physical confidence. Erectile dysfunction, lowered libido, or even just a slower pace in desire can make one question their masculinity or worth. But here's the tender truth. These changes aren't flaws. They're not signs that something is wrong with you. They're simply signs that your body, the very body that has carried you through decades of joy, grief, learning, and love, is evolving. And in this evolution, there is still so much beauty. Take Harold and June, for example, married 42 years, living in a cozy cottage just outside of Devon. In their early 60s, they found themselves feeling distant, not angry, not unhappy, just a little disconnected. For years, life had been about raising children, careers, retirement plans, caregiving. They realized they hadn't held hands on a walk in months, hadn't kissed just to kiss, hadn't made love in a long while, not because the love was gone, but because they weren't sure how to return to each other. One quiet evening, while folding laundry, June simply said, "I miss you." Not the busy us, the close us. Harold looked at her for a long time and replied, "I've missed you too. I didn't know how to say it." That small conversation, just a handful of words, became the door back into intimacy, not just physical, but emotional. They began taking small walks again, holding hands, talking about their hopes, fears, even about their bodies without shame. They realized that aging gracefully wasn't about denying change. It was about embracing it together. If you've ever felt like your changing body is keeping you from love or connection, please know this. Your worth is not tied to youth. You are not less lovable at 65 than you were at 25. In fact, you're likely more wise, more forgiving, and more beautifully real. Intimacy after 50 isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about listening, laughing, slowing down, making room for affection that's not performative but genuine. There are moments when you might feel unsure, when you wonder if your partner still finds you attractive, or if it's normal to feel different desires now. And yes, sometimes our bodies do need support. That's okay. Hormonal changes, medication, side effects, emotional loss, even stress, they all play a part. This is where we get to practice something extraordinary. Open-hearted communication. Talk to your partner, gently, honestly, with patience. You don't have to say it perfectly. You just have to start. I've been feeling less connected lately. Can we talk about it? I miss the way we used to be close. Could we find that again in a new way? I'm a little nervous, but I want us to feel that spark, even if it looks different now. Sometimes those simple sentences are the beginning of a beautiful rediscovery. If you're single or widowed or newly dating, you might carry a quiet fear that your time for intimacy has passed, that maybe it's too late. Please, release that thought. I once met a woman named Mary who fell in love again at 72. A retired nurse, she'd been widowed for almost a decade. One day at a local poetry reading, she met Alan, a soft-spoken man with kind eyes and a love for old jazz records. They began talking, then meeting for tea. Months passed, and one day Mary told her daughter, "I feel giddy, like I'm 20 again, but better, because this time I know what love really means." Mary and Alan's story isn't rare. Love doesn't expire. It ripens, and sometimes it even surprises us when we least expect it. So what does aging gracefully really look like? It looks like laughing at yourself when you forget why you walked into the room. It looks like tenderly lotioning your knees after a warm bath, even if they creak now. It looks like leaning your head on someone's shoulder without needing to earn that comfort. It's about having the courage to be seen exactly as you are, and knowing that you are still someone worth holding, loving, and celebrating. Aging gracefully is not about trying to stay the same. It's about giving yourself permission to change with kindness and compassion. If you're struggling with body image, remember every line on your face is a mark of survival. Every stretch of skin, every scar, every silver strand is a map of a life well lived. There is power in softness. There is dignity in honesty. There is nothing more attractive than someone who owns their age with quiet pride. And if you feel lost, if connection feels far away, or your confidence has taken a hit, know that help is out there. You can speak to a counselor. You can seek out support groups. You can talk to your doctor about physical challenges without shame. You deserve support. You deserve pleasure. You deserve joy. Don't let anyone, not media, not fear, not silence, convince you otherwise. Touch, intimacy, and emotional connection are not just for the young. They are for humans. And you, dear listener, are gloriously, beautifully human. So if all you've done this week is show up, if you've loved someone gently, spoken kindly to yourself, or dared to imagine that life still holds surprises for you, then yes, you are aging gracefully. Because aging gracefully isn't about what the world sees. It's about how you feel, how you give, how you open your heart again and again. Let this be your reminder. You are not invisible. You are not broken. You are not too old. You are radiant. You are worthy, and you are deeply, deeply loved. Thank you for spending this time with us here on The Age of Beauty. If this video brought you comfort or reminded you of your worth, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to The Age of Beauty for more heartfelt conversations about real life, real love, and the extraordinary beauty of growing older. Until next time, take care of your beautiful self